All right, we are recording.
Wheels. Which we're going to talk about.
I hope you can edit because we just started.
That's all right. I have VAs. Morning. All right, everybody. So Bruce Weinstein Wealth Insurance Solutions is our core business. Pretty much cover everything on the opposite side of what Ty does. So we do life, health, Medicare, disability, long-term care. I'll talk about that later. And then, as you all know, I'm always promoting my podcast, Ask the Planman, everything you want to know about insurance, finance, and more. But I'm going to start today to bring value to you, having nothing to do with my insurance business, is we're going to share with you some of the technologies and tools we use within our practice that you can use in yours. So some of the pieces I'm going to go through here, then I got some deeper dive items. But first and foremost, you talked earlier about time management. We use something called Calendly. If you're going to set up a one-on-one with me, I'm going to send you a link to my calendar that's going to have a 90-minute time block to pick a lunch or dinner time slot for us to meet. So when Ty and I set up our meeting, or Colleen set it up, I just gave them the link. They found time convenient to their schedule and put it right on mine. I didn't have to go back and forth. How's Tuesday? How's Wednesday? I'm away next week. How about Thursday? So I have a variety of links, 30-minute, 60-minute, 90-minute, Zoom, in-person, phone call, that I have all over my social media. And then when I see something in Facebook or LinkedIn where somebody's looking for help, I'll just send my link. So every piece of my social media has my basic calendar link for a 30-minute virtual coffee. It's super effective time management. I've been using this the longest in my practice. It's a whopping $15 a month for the pro version. It allows you, at the pro version, it allows you to set up 3 text and 3 email reminders. So how many emails did you get? How many texts did you get? So it's set up to say, hey, reminder, we have a meeting in 4 days. Hey, we have a reminder in an hour, you know. And then it's not looking to confirm. There's no confirmation mechanism, but it allows you to cancel and reschedule. So again, I'll just use Colleen. She set up the call or our lunch, and then, I don't know, 20 minutes later, you wrote back, hey, I had to move that. I had a client come in the same slot. I want to reschedule. She didn't have to go back and forth with me. The system allowed her to click reschedule. She found a new date and moved it, and it notified me. So super easy, super simple. AgencyBloc is something we use for commission tracking. So those of you who are in commission business, maybe have a team of people, need to track your commissions, time maybe more than most of you, is I have a lot of agents that refer business to us where they might be siloed. They only do Medicare, they only do life, they only do health, where we can help them and collaborate on the pieces they don't do, and we'll commission split with them. So we track that using something called AgencyBloc. My wife Robin puts it in, it has a split, we pay Ty a third for any referral he sends us. Business comes in, we track it, it's transparent, everybody can see it. Outbound Engine is a newsletter. I'm very big on automation, it's just my wife and I. Time is precious, so I've done a lot of things to find, I'm always looking for technology to help enhance the business. So Outbound Engine is a insurance-related newsletter system. You put your names and emails in, and they send out a bi-monthly newsletter to those emails. And then they also post to social media a couple times a month as well. So they go right to my Facebook and they go right to my LinkedIn. Very hands-free, except for putting the names in, okay? Pretty inexpensive. Now, again, depending on your space, what's available. When I was a financial advisor on the security side, I used something called Advisor Stream. And those newsletters were more geared to the financial markets and investments versus insurance. When we just focused on insurance, we moved over to Outbound Engine.
Oops, sorry.
Our primary CRM is a derivative of Go High Level. There's a lot of white papered or white labeled versions of Go High Level. I've encountered numerous ones in my space, but the core of it is Go High Level. I use a different system. Some of you might have known of Infusionsoft. They call it Confusionsoft. It's very hard to manipulate. But what Go High Level does predominantly, if you're not using this in your CRMs, it has texting and voice message drop features. So most CRMs, the MailChimps, right, I'm on yours, you send out automated newsletters every now and then. So email, as a lot of people say, is somewhat dead. You pick up somebody's phone and you'll see they have 752 unread emails. How fast do you pick up your phone when you get a text? You check it. So if you're not texting in your business, This is a type of CRM that you could actually set up automation to text. So if I have a lead come in, or I'm gonna talk about something else that we have, things trigger. So depending on what you're using in your automation, you can set up these campaigns, and Go High Level does way, way more than just that. If you're not aware, we use a lot of social media. I'm gonna talk about LinkedIn a little bit more in a second, but clearly we try and use everything in the space. It's amazing what we're finding is still out there that I never heard about. I see people members for 5, 6, 7 years. I'm like, I never even heard of this. So these are the big players in the space. So obviously you want to use it. There's always conversations of business page versus personal page. Those analytics change pretty frequently. Everything that I know of Facebook these days should be coming off your personal page, not your business page, and groups. So you want to be involved in a lot of groups. We get 3 to 5 referrals a week, monitoring different insurance related, or moms of Boca, I got a guy, I need a guy of Delray. And so I just throw in, I'm going to show you next, is one of my virtual business cards, and then people pick up, and then maybe a client or another referral partner say, I saw you post something for somebody for a financial advisor, and so-and-so is great. So I have 2 screens, I'm working here, I'm on Zoom calls, and I'm constantly checking Facebook. My wife thinks I'm playing around, I'm like, it's work. I'm not sitting there just looking for places to eat and what people have for lunch. Obviously the podcast, if you're interested in doing your own podcast, we use Riverside to record, and Libsyn is where the audio version goes out, and then we tie it back into YouTube, and then we cut it into Reels and to Shorts. YouTube is now moving into Shorts. What do you think a short is? Something like under 5 minutes. It's a different algorithm than the YouTube regular videos, but what is this competing with? TikTok.
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok.
Who owns Reels?
Instagram.
Reels is Facebook and Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so YouTube is competing with Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter, right? So now YouTube has moved into Shorts. So we're taking our long content, we're taking the podcast content, we post it on YouTube every episode, and now my people are cutting it into Shorts and Reels, all right? And then we have links for Google reviews, so when somebody has completed their engagement with us, replaced their health insurance, whatever, we have ability to send them a link asking them for Google reviews. Again, all SEO. The more reviews you have, the better you can be found, all right? I'm not gonna get into all the Google analytics because I'm not super versed, but you gotta be using that. Let me talk about LinkedIn newsletter. How many people know LinkedIn has a newsletter? All those hands are up.
No.
Well, until a few months ago, neither did I. So how many people have a LinkedIn account? All right, so when you go into your profile, you want to click on Creator Mode On. This will allow you to now build a newsletter, and I didn't get another screenshot, but I can show you guys offline. So at the top, kind of at the top bar where you see like messaging and make a post, it has something like maybe write an article. So you click on that and it opens up, and you could name, create, designate your frequency of how often you're going to post. So I created a newsletter, think of it like a blog, Ask the Planman, where we're going to be posting our podcasts. So it's under my personal name. I don't, again, the business account on LinkedIn I'm not really too familiar with. I have 8,000 contacts on LinkedIn. When I set up the newsletter, all 8,000 got notified and invited to subscribe to my newsletter. As of the other day, I have 1,300 subscribers. It was like watching the Jerry Lewis telethon, for those of you old enough to know the Jerry Lewis telethon. Show me what it is, Ed! And the word would change, and they were up to 52 million. So I would watch this thing climb 100, 200, 300, 400. I'm like, this is like, I would just keep getting refreshed. Like, it was amazing. Now, when I go to post my newsletter, it sends out a notification to every one of those subscribers on LinkedIn that Ask the Planman has posted its newsletter, and it emails them. Super easy, super quick, and very automated. So again, especially you, Ty, people who are dealing direct with consumer, direct with business owners using LinkedIn, get out there and get that set up. And again, hit me up, I'll show you how to do it. All right? All right, Exercise number one, get your phones. Everybody's got their phones in their hands.
Does it
I
get
have
the
two
screen?
digital, click on that. I have two digital business cards. One's called the V card. It's gonna look like a mini website. It has drop downs, we have videos, and it has links. Not golf links. Links. So you can set up a call, you can text, you can email, you can save to contacts. So when I go out, most of you know I don't carry business cards. I pull out my phone and I give them the Q reader, give me your phone, now you hit save to contacts and there's everything. This is $69 a year. You have to build it yourself, it's $69 a year. Super easy, you can email it, but again, I have a link, my V-card link. I keep a master email at the top of my saved emails, right? You can star your emails, and every time I need something, I'm clicking on it. There's my Calendly link, there's my Google review, there's my V-card. So if Ty says, hey Bruce, I've got something for you, and tags me in, or Dan tags me in on Facebook, hey thanks, boom, there's my digital business card now. Guess what happens when you put links on Facebook and LinkedIn? It pulls up. Your thumbnail pulls up, there's my picture, there's the company name, the logo, whatever it is. So even if those people aren't gonna respond, like, you know, how many times you're the 15th mortgage broker that's tagged in? I don't care how many insurance agents are tagged in, I'm putting my card in there because anybody else is seeing it, and maybe somebody else is saying, hey, I know that guy, or hey, isn't he in the Boca Chamber? Let me give him a call, right? So this is one digital business card, more transferable through the Q code. But then I have a digital business card tied more to the podcast. This is the podcast section up here, the insurance section down here. Again, it has all these tabs. Schedule a call, it'll take you right to my Calendly link. That's gonna take you to all the podcasts. That's gonna take you to my YouTube channel, Facebook, website. Email me, call us. We have two different phone lines for each of the businesses, and the same thing here. Okay, now, go to your message, texting, go to your texting on your phone. Now, why do I have this? Why do you have two different versions of a digital business card? Besides the aesthetics, this isn't, the first one has all this website looking type of features. This is just more of a digital card with direct links. The feature here is you're gonna text this phone number. Now disappointingly, this used to be a short code. It used to be 21,000. The FCC changed it, no more short codes. So it'd be very easy if Matt's at a function, somebody says, hey, I need an insurance guy, Matt can say, look, text the word Planman to 21,000. That's easy to remember. This is thrown up in my mouth, 321-421-5213. I memorized it, do you? The whole purpose of having the 21,000 was for my people to be able to use it to refer me and have other people get my card. So this has become a little bit more cumbersome. But take a second, text Planman, no space, to this number, see what happens. You're gonna get a link, the link's gonna pull this up, you can hit save to contacts, just like the other card. There's a setup fee for this guy, it's $22 a month. He charges like a $500 setup fee. And I maintain both, because for $69, I'm not giving up the other one. I had that one first, but I need this. And again, it has a QR code, it does other things, you could forward it. And then I have a badge when I go to events. I have a badge that's exactly this, and then maybe over here has that QR code, and that's my, just, here you go. Now, it notifies me. Colleen hits this up, I'm gonna know exactly who did this today because your phone numbers are gonna show up. I'm gonna get an email notifying me, Michelle filled out, and send her text. Now, I don't do anything with it, but other people use it, and then we'll convey responses. Go back to Go High Level, they're now integrating this to tie into my Go High Level. So now this will come in, Colleen will fill it out, it's gonna have her email, it's gonna tag Planman to it, so I'm gonna know it came from my texting feature. And then if I want, I can then have a sequence automated to anybody who's filled this out. Hey, thanks for filling out my form. Is there anything I can do to help you? By the way, here's this. I got a newsletter. You can just drip on them accordingly. Questions? I got plenty more. Whoop. All right. So the biggest tool we use is something called Mailbox Power. It's a subscription model. You might know Send Out Cards. This is a competitor. The people from Mailbox Power used to be the biggest users of Send Out Cards, and they broke away. They couldn't get all the services and features they wanted, so they decided to go set up their own company. At least that's a story I've heard. We integrate Canva, C-A-N-V-A. Canva is a, I don't know how you describe it, like a graphic design.
Free graphics.
Yeah. Well,
templates.
we have the paid version, but yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and templates for.
yeah, so all of this is pretty much created using Canva by my wife. And so somebody's dog passed away, we sent them a little memorial card, a friend of ours' father passed away, so we customize. We're very big on two things, memorable and shelf life. I always want to be memorable, and I want to give something that's going to have shelf life. Because when somebody says, hey, where'd you get that? There's going to be my label, my branding, something like that. For many years, when I was doing the financial advisory work, I gave out a book to every new client, 1,000 Places to See Before You Die. Does anybody have that book? It's 2 inches thick. Okay, it's 1,000 places to go see globally before you die. Disney World is one of them. You can mark that off. And so in our book, we have tabs of every place we've been to, and you just see what people do with their books. This is a lifetime item they're going to use, and when they pull it out, they're going to remember Bruce gave me that. And then I inscribe every one to them. Ty, I hope you reach every one of these. You know, my mission as your financial advisor is to help you get to all these places, you know, whatever it is. Okay, memorable, shelf. Okay, so when I'm sending somebody, I'm sorry, your dad died, personalized, what's it called? Bereavement card. Okay, I mean that's going to be a keepsake he's going to hang on to, right? We had a client just turned 80. We made her a card. We went out for Mexican food with somebody. We sent them a card. Okay, so customized. Now, the big piece with Mailbox Power is we send out brownie boxes. They have they have hundreds of different items you can use and customize. So again, this is Canva. We put it on the brownies. You customize the label. We have a box that it comes in that's customized. We make it so it's a keepsake, so they're going to hang on to that. And then, obviously, it's the main label. So the story here is, this is our client's mother. She's 88 here. She's now 89. She ate all the client's brownies. Our client did. There's 4 brownies we send out. She didn't get one of them. And jokingly say, my mother ate them all. I never had one. So we said, send us a picture. We'll send your mother her own box. And maybe she'll share them back. So she sent us her mother having a margarita, because every Friday she picks her up from her assisted living and they go out for margaritas. So Robin says, well, we'll do brownies, goes well with margaritas. So we sent her own box. Okay? This is her getting the box with her card. Life is short, eat dessert first. Okay? She sent that picture and she says, I'm holding the card close to my heart because you moved me so much sending me this box. Okay? And she's not a client. She's our client's mother. But what do you think that's doing for 25, 30 bucks? Okay, so memorable, shelf life. Okay, these are some samples. Again, I take zero creativity responsibility on this. This is all my wife's doing. We had a family move from New York. Oh, there's a shock. From Florida. We saved them about $30,000 on their health insurance. They're going to stay with us for a gazillion years because that was massive savings from New York. And we just said, welcome to Florida. Right? Have their names, you know, thanks from Bruce and Robin. So we send these to clients and we send these to referral partners. Again, just ways to thank them. As a family down here in Boca, again, we're going to find you on Facebook. If we're not connected, we're snooping. So we found a gorgeous picture of this couple with their 3 young kids. We saved them thousands and thousands of dollars on their health insurance. Send them, these are going to be gone in the trash. This they're going to keep, and then there's a card. This is a couple that done repetitive business with us, so we put this in here. So it has popcorn, there's a ton of things you can use. We love the brownie boxes. Everybody loves a brownie when they have a cheat day, all right? And then, this guy, hey, did you get this?
So
you have no idea how this pained me to see this being built. So Dan referred his brother and a client to us a few weeks ago. So your brother got a version of this, right? Because you guys are Bostonians. So again, Robin's like, what do you think? She sends me a couple of mock-ups. I'm like, that's perfect. So we sent this to Dan, referral partner. He got his brownies. How many days did the brownies last?
I still have one.
You got one
Because
left?
they're so
You're
good.
saving it. All right. Did you keep the box?
Of course.
Okay. All right. Again, not to give it away, 25 to $30.
What was the name of that? What was the name?
Funny you should ask.
Mailbox Power.
Take out your phones. This is a 2-week trial. 2-week trial. Go in there, snoop around. It's an affiliate program, so yes, if you sign up, there'll be a couple dollars coming our way. It's not why I do it, it's not my primary business, and we will help you. Okay, Robin will help you, she'll show you how to do some things. Mailbox Power is awesome with tutorials and videos and instruction stuff and onboarding, but you get, there's different tiers. Did you go in and look at it?
I looked around, I'm gonna be
I
signing
know
up.
you didn't subscribe.
Yeah, not yet.
That's
My
fine.
plan is, my brother and I are gonna look at it tomorrow.
So what I was gonna ask is, there's different levels that you can get in, and with each level, you get a certain amount of greeting cards. So we have the $49 a month plan, which comes with 50 cards. So we use those and send out birthday cards, and then whatever else we need throughout the month. So as the client list has grown, we're cranking out. Now they have tiers for 100 cards, 200 cards, whatever it is. So depending on how frequent you're sending out the cards, they do postcards. You basically pay postage. If you stay within your 50, postcards are unlimited and free. Greeting cards, you get your 50, and then you pay whatever you go above it.
What's the turnaround time with the product?
Usually goes out the same week.
So, but they're sending it to you if you do cards, or you're printing the cards yourself?
You go on their site,
Uh-huh.
right? You have their app. You build whatever it is you have, put it in your cart, hit send. Let's say you're doing one of the, I'm gonna send, oops, wrong. I'm gonna do this. So when this is entered, you have 1, 2, 3 in the card. You put it in the cart.
Okay, and they
It'll
send it
package the
out.
price. Now, as a member, you get a discounted price. So you'll see, when you go into the trial, you'll see your pricing. So this member gets this discount, this member gets this discount.
Okay.
If you're just in the trial, you might not get the full discount.
Bruce, I have a question for you. You're more of a business to consumer business. I'm more of a business to business
Yeah.
business. Do you find that this stuff is more effective because you're a business? Well, I mean, I know you deal with a lot of business owners.
Yeah,
too.
we do
Yeah, but
group,
pe-
we do
people
group
own
health
businesses.
insurance.
Listen,
No, I understand, but for me, it's different when you take a referral for an insurance policy. You're getting the person's birthday, you're getting the person's.
There's a link that I send out.
When I deal with a business owner, I don't ask them what's your birthday.
Understood.
You know, so I'm just wondering if this stuff is more effective.
I have
Being a
small
business to
businesses.
consumer.
I have both. So we'll make a brownie box. So let's say I sign up a 10-person group health plan, okay? And it's
You're
fast.
getting the birthdays of all 10 people in the health plan.
But
And you're getting all the personal information. When I sell a sign,
here, I can
the
share
same
about that.
business owner,
He's saying you can do this from a business
You-
standpoint.
I
do this
You
without
need a greeting
birthdays.
card.
You
don't
can
necessarily
send
need
fast
a card.
signs of thank you for enrolling and have the Fast Signs logo or a picture of the team and send something. So we do that for every group company. We'll go out and find their logos and other material. So I understand the birthday card piece, but that's not the driving force. I have people's names and information in here without their
And as you see
birthdays.
stuff on Facebook, again, like I was saying too, is yes, business to business, but the owners of the business, you're telling me, you know, like, let's say you're going after, right? You want to do signs for Colleen's business, and you connect with Colleen and John, the attorney there. You can send something from them. One of the things that, again, I'm not saying that I created it, I stole it from somebody else. We do an all about you form that I send to every client, and I request them to send it back. I ask for their birthday, anniversary, pet name, like these kind of things that give you stuff for this. And again, if you connect with John Capeller and you find out that, I don't know, he's an Ohio State fan in talking or whatever, and you send him his stuff, he's yours. You know, so it doesn't need to be
You can
just
definitely
these
find
things. Build relationships.
to customize to your business client. Absolutely. Do you have to take it to the nth degree? Like, I wouldn't sign up because I can't get their birthdays? No, that's a byproduct you can use later if you can get that information. Maybe you're just not in the birthday card recognition space, that's fine. Again, it just depends. But there's so much available on they're a platform to use. You get cutting boards, people have their phone
Yeah, the little thing that
their
goes in the back.
cell phone
Yeah,
carrying
the little
case.
holders.
When you're sitting at your desk, whatever that little thing that props up, you can put your phone in the caddy. Robert?
Just, how long have you been the Planman in this business?
I branded the Planman about a year ago.
So how long have you been selling your,
Our insurance agency is 2 years old.
I have a mature practice.
Our time.
I have a pretty mature practice. I've been around a long time. Most of my business comes from referral. I'm not SEO, Googling,
Right.
because in my experience, it's usually people that used to call me from the yellow pages. Sometimes I can barely get through just the work that we have to do intelligently, because it's not application driven, it's, detail driven. You have so many different avenues that you're using to market. Have you been able to track where your business is coming from?
Sure.
To see if it's the Boca Chamber or if it's,
Every-
So that's the whole point.
So that AgencyBloc is another CRM, which has automated, the birthdays go out and other things, so clients will get an email birthday blast from that as well. And then every client that comes in is tagged where that relationship came from. So if it's from the Delray group, it's the Boca group, if it's from Matt Blank, if it's from Ryan, everyone is tagged, and I can run reports that I got 17 referrals from Colleen, I better step up my thank yous to Colleen.
Okay, I'm just trying to.
Well, Robert, the thing for you to do, you see, Bruce isn't even talking about what he does for business. He's talking about how he drives his business here. You need, Bruce, a perfect profession for Bruce, if it doesn't work out in the medical insurance.
Be in marketing.
Is to do this for businesses. You need to find somebody that does.
I
They
can't,
can
I can't do
pay
most of this
every
without my
month to
wife.
set all these mechanisms up here. Like I have through my franchise, I have a marketing manager. I do other similar things to what Bruce is showing here, but that I pay somebody to do it. If I was gonna take the time out of my day to do all of this, no, I mean,
It's
I
a
would
lot of
never
time.
sell any
It's a lot of
signs.
time. We sent out 3 brownie boxes yesterday. I see the charges come through. I know Robin's upstairs working on it because I get we replenished your account, the charge, the mailbox power. But I spent 30 years as financial advisor, like you, sold my practice in 2016, and then after a couple years, we decided just to get into the insurance. So I started from scratch, took no existing, previous relationships. Everything I have done has been organic, referral-based, networking, and we've grown the business. And part of that leverage was working smarter, not necessarily harder, and finding as much automation and being a student of always seeking. So I've improved my CRMs, I've found other models of things to use and incorporate. So for your mature practice, it's just a matter of who you're gonna assign to it, what you want them to do with it, and then start going back, and you start with your top 10 and your top 25 and your top 50. One of the things I made relationships, we would get the new member, monthly new member, quarterly new member, Delray and Boca were in both chambers, and I would circle 5 people that I wanted to send something to. And we had a whole welcome to the chamber ensemble of logos, and it would include, you have the copy of all the services, that would be on the inside of the card. Now people think we're a welcome wagon from the chamber, we're not. We're like, no, we're just another business like you, but you're new to the chamber, we wanted to welcome you, these are the services we provide for small business owners, here's some brownies, or your logo's on it, the chamber logo's on it, our logo's on it, and all of a sudden the phone
I just
rings.
want to hire your wife.
Well, there's a guy, he's not here today, his name's Andrew Hasty. You should meet him. He does what Bruce is describing here
I'm sure
for
we're
other
gonna-
businesses.
Yeah.
So real quick, that's my technology side. As far as who we are, independent insurance agents. I've been in the industry for 36 years now. September was my 36th year. We're in Delray. We're licensed in half the country, always adding more. We do comprehensive insurance plans, individual group health. We do life, Medicare, disability, long-term care. We do annuities. We We collaborate with people like Ty and other agents. We're duly licensed in P&C, so that's Ty's side. Ty doesn't do auto and home. I just referred him to an auto and home agent in Boynton. She doesn't do commercial, he doesn't do auto and home, she doesn't do what I do. Now the three of us can start to collaborate, share opportunities, okay? Work with individuals, families, self-employed, small business owners. Real quick, I just was gonna touch on insurance, life insurance in general.
You sell insurance?
Actually, yeah, I don't do this SEO stuff. So term insurance, real quick, is temporary insurance. Think of it as like renting. When you move out of your rental, you don't really get anything back, you've just paid the rent, aside from a security deposit. So term insurance has a finite amount of time. You can go from annual renewal to as far out as 40 years now. So 30 years was a stretch and pretty long. Now they're actually offering 40 years. The reason you're locking these in versus annual renewal, your rate's gonna go up every year. So it's gonna start fairly inexpensive, but as you age up, it's gonna keep going up in price. When you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, that rate's the same the whole time. It's kind of like your mortgage payment. You just locked in, okay? There's a new program out on the street right now. It's called Return of Premium Term Insurance. You don't die. At the end of your 10, 20, 30 years in this program, you get your premiums back. Not a fan of it because you're gonna look at the spread. The whole reason you're using term insurance is to keep your costs down. So now you're paying more into the insurance, they're taking your money, they're gonna invest it for 30 years, you don't die, they're gonna give you that premium back, but they got to keep the VIG on all that money they made. If you die, they're gonna pay the death benefit, but you paid more, 50 to 100% more for the insurance than you probably should have.
Wow.
So I'm still in the invest the difference conversation when it comes to this, but a lot of people are out there pushing it. Permanent insurance, you can't outlive, it will be you know, from the cradle to the grave. That's why people buy permanent insurance, use it for estate planning, liquidity purposes, legacy planning, spousal, what have you. So it's something you'll have forever. Think of it again like the mortgage. You take a 30-year mortgage, over time it's paid off. So you hear about paid up policies, that's permanent, that's not term. 5 reasons to have life insurance. Obviously cover your debts and liabilities. As soon as Dan's taking out a $500,000 mortgage for his client, he should be asking them, are you gonna wanna have life insurance to protect this, to keep your house? Let me get you in touch with somebody like Bruce or somebody I work with, because if you die, your partner dies, you'll be able to make those payments, right? So you buy very inexpensive term insurance. College funding, income protection, pension planning, estate planning, these are all reasons we use life insurance. And then real quick as I wrap up, this is a case we worked on last year, local couple in Lighthouse Point. They're dinks, double income, no kids, right? So they have a lot of discretionary cash flow. They make good money. He owns a business. She's in the pharmaceutical industry. So they're putting away a couple $100,000 a year into an indexed universal life policy. They're gonna fund it for 5 years. They're gonna put away $1 million. It's gonna grow. It's gonna accumulate tax-free. There's no downside risk. It only can go up. It doesn't go down. That's what indexed universal life does. So there's no market fluctuation risk except upside. As time goes by, the money is growing inside life insurance, tax-free. Grows and grows and grows. Then when they get to their retirement age, we calculated out that they're gonna get 20 years of tax-free income at about $250,000 a year. So they're gonna put $1 million in, and they're gonna pull out close to $5 million tax-free. And there's features and ways to do it. That's why you hear very high-end life insurance cases is creating private pensions. You put money in your 401k, you put money in an annuity, you'll get tax deferral, but it's gonna be taxed later. So for people who have significant excess cash flow, this is one of the few ways to actually create tax-free income without being in municipal loans, all right? There's a modest death benefit that to start. The death benefit grows as the assets grow, and then when they start to pull the capital out, the death benefit shrinks. But in this case, they'll still have life insurance to age 95 or beyond, you know, in the hundreds of thousands. That's it. We're here to help. You can find me in a million different places. Hopefully, you all got my digital business card. That's it.
Nice job, man.
Well done.
Thank you.
That was awesome.